Certain astrological transits can tell you when changes to your financial situation can occur. And I know that that's a question that we all always think about, right? When is my money situation going to change? When am I going to get a new job? When is this money going to come in? When is this investment going to pop off? Astrology transits can tell you all of that. And it doesn't have to be super complicated either. So in this video, I'll be talking about certain planetary transits and how they affect your money situation. All right, so stick around. You definitely don't want to miss this. Hello, my loves. As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you're new around here, my name is Mel. I'm a professional astrologer and sound therapist, and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. And as always, if you are returning, welcome back. So this video is all about astrology transits. Now, by way of basic astrology information, a transit is when a planet currently in the sky touches or activates one of the planets or points in your natal chart. For instance, maybe you've got Venus in Gemini. During Gemini season, when the sun is going through the sign of Gemini, it will ping that Venus. And that is a personal transit for you, and it activates that Venus in your chart. So think of these transits that I am going to describe as money activators, okay? Whenever these planets touch your second house ruler, your 10th house ruler, your 8th house ruler, these are the times when you will experience a money activation. For instance, if you've got planets in your second house and the current sun is going through your second house, that is going to activate your personal money planets. And so that's the time when you can experience more money, change of job, a new income stream. So again, these transits help time changes when it comes to your financial situation. And when we look at transits, this is what's also known as predictive astrology. Now, my very first or second video, I talked about how astrology is not fortune telling. Okay, so don't think this is that. It's more about strategy. If you know that your second house is Gemini, you know that every Gemini season, second house issues are going to pop off. They're going to be activated. So it's really about understanding timing and how that plays into your overall money strategy. All right, so without further ado, let's get into some of the transits that could really affect your personal money code. So the first thing to keep in mind is that these transits have to do with the current planetary movement, like what's going on right now, as it relates to your natal chart. So when I talk about, let's say, a Venus transit, that's what Venus is currently doing in the sky as it relates to your natal chart. And as it relates to your natal chart, if Venus is pinging or activating one of your money planets or the ruler of one of your money houses, that is when you'll experience changes or activations with respect to your money situation. So let's start at the beginning and let's talk about Venus transits. So anytime Venus is transiting the sky and it's touching certain points in your natal chart, this could signify short-term money flow, attraction, and magnetism. So essentially, Venus transits can show when you can make money, when you can attract more money. Venus is also known as a benefic planet, meaning that it bestows positive energy. So when you have Venus activating one of your natal planets, this could be a positive change in your money situation. It could also signify like a new job, a new income stream, a new way of attracting money. Or if, for instance, Venus is going retrograde, this could be an old way resurfacing. Okay, but either way, Venus transits have a lot to do with attraction and short-term money flow. Next, we've got Jupiter transits. And so, whenever Jupiter is pinging or activating one of the planets or points in your natal chart as it pertains to your personal money code, this could be expansion. This could be growth. This could be like an investment maturing. This could be more money, a raise, a promotion. Jupiter is also known as a benefic planet. It's actually known as the greater benefic. So it expands and it grows in a very abundant sort of way. Now, keep in mind, this could also work the other way. If you're experiencing lack, Jupiter could exacerbate or expand that lack as well. But either way, Jupiter transits expansions, windfalls, and perhaps even new money opportunities. Next, we're going to talk about Saturn transits because we can't talk about the good without talking about the not so good. Saturn transits typically denote times when you can experience setbacks, obstacles, not enough money, lack even. This could also signify times of financial tests, times when you'll need to perhaps be more structured, or times when you need to plant seeds that aren't going to grow in the immediate future. Remember, Saturn has a lot to do with longevity and stability. So Saturn transits can really denote times when you are looking at a long-term financial decision or long-term financial actions. Saturn transits with money can be frustrating because money could be held up. Money could not show up. You may not have enough. But in those times, you kind of learn how to tighten your belt, get more disciplined, and think more long term. Okay. Next, we have Uranus transits, and Uranus transits are always either exciting or frightening because Uranus transits can mean windfalls of money suddenly, losing money suddenly. Uranus transits are volatile and they can be surprising and sudden. So you could experience this is when you hear people talk about, "Oh my gosh, I got a random check in the mail." It's probably some type of Uranus transit that is pinging or activating one of the planets or points in their natal chart, all right? Breakthroughs even with money can happen under a Uranus transit. So you never know I'm not gonna say you never know when they're gonna happen. You never know how Uranus transits are going to play out because they're full of surprises and they're always sudden. But either way, it's like an electric jolt to your money situation when you experience a Uranus transit. And then finally, not finally, I want to talk about Pluto transits also, because these are important because these signify times when you can experience profound changes in your money situation. This could be going from rags to riches. This could be going from unemployed to employed. This could be deep transformation. Could also signify power struggles and also rebirth around money. Whenever you experience a major happening with respect to, with respect to anything, but because we're talking about money in this series, if you're experiencing a turnaround, a complete transformation, you're likely experiencing a Pluto transit. And then finally, I want to talk about eclipses because eclipses are also transits that can very much affect your money situation, especially if you are experiencing an eclipse in your second house, in your eighth house, your 10th house, your sixth house, any of the houses we've discussed already. If there is an eclipse happening or an eclipse that's affecting that house, yeah, your money situation is going to be altered in a very profound and destined sort of way. So, depending on what eclipse is happening and where it's happening, it could also affect your money situation. So in a nutshell, that's how transits can change and can change your money situation, I should say, and can help answer the question when. If you can forecast when certain transits are going to happen, and that's super easy, right? By looking at what's called an ephemeris or just looking it up online. If you know that in 6 months there's going to be an eclipse in your second house of money, you know that in 6 months something is going to pop off that's going to change either your job or how you make money personally, right? Again, it's called predictive astrology, but it doesn't have to be so predictive. It's just strategy. But again, this answers the question when you'll experience changes in your financial situation. All right, so why is this important? Number one, because it shows us how nature is cyclical. And one of the benefits of astrology is that it allows you to follow nature and it shows you what to focus on and when. So it shows you that changes in your money situation, your financial life, they're not random, they're cyclical. That's number one. Number two, this is important because it allows you to be intentional. Like I said before, if you know that in 6 months there is going to be an eclipse in your second house, you'll know that at that time things are going to change. So that can really dictate the actions you take now, or even the actions you take then, or even beyond then, right? Again, it's not about fortune telling, it's about strategy. So you can tell by the transits when is a good time to look for a new job or to change jobs, or when is a good time to hang out your own shingle and become an entrepreneur or add a new service or offering to your business. Right? When is going to be a good time to talk to this person about networking or an investment opportunity? Transits help you decipher that. So you're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing when it sticks. You're being intentional, strategic, and time and cycle oriented. So you know when to make the best money moves. That is the beauty of not only astrology, but of transits. Okay. And so if this kind of went over your head, if it's a little much, join us over in Cosmic Collective, where I will be going a little more in depth in this so you really get it. And you get the opportunity to ask questions, whether it's general questions or even questions about your own particular chart. Okay, you get a free 2-week trial with Cosmic Collective. Thereafter, it's $11 a month. And if you're ready to take the leap and you want to know everything about your financial situation and more, then you will want to sign up for the blueprint, right? That is my signature natal chart experience. And to do that, the first step is to sign up for a clarity call. Link is in the description box below. It's a free 15-minute call where we discuss whether the blueprint is right for you and whether we can schedule one, what time, when, all the logistics. All right. And so the link to that is in the description box below. And also, don't forget to take my abundance archetype quiz so you can get to know more about your particular abundance archetype, and definitely sign up and enter the giveaway. I'm giving away up to 3 blueprint experiences depending on how many people subscribe to this channel. So there's multiple ways to enter once you click on the link below. Share this video, disseminate this information, because this is stuff that people need to know, because of course we all want to know when. We don't want to be making, I don't want to say we don't want to make the wrong money moves, but we want to optimize the moves that we make. And astrology transits help us do just that. All right. So spread this information so people can become aware. All right, my love. So that's pretty much all I've got for you for this video, which was all about astrology transits and how to time your money moves. Okay. So now for the first week, which we've already covered. We've covered the foundations. Now we're gonna move into some more specific stuff. And starting with my next video, we are gonna move into the realm of Venus. Venus is probably one of the most popular planets, but I'm gonna distill the information that's most important to you when it comes to your personal money code, all right? So stay tuned. You definitely don't wanna miss that. All right, my loves, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I sincerely appreciate you. All the information that you need for everything that I talked about is in the description box below, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.